What's up everyone, and today I'm bringing a deck profile on my Vanquish Soul. Now Vanquish Soul is a deck that's kind of been hanging on borderline meta, and it's a pretty solid archetype with a few cool interactions. And this is the post a new support, which is I believe Age of Overlord, if I'm correct. So let's get right into the profile. First, I run 3 copies of Soul Raisin. Raisin, when it's normal or special summon, you can add one non-warrior Vanquish Soul from your deck to your hand. And then it has a quick effect to reveal. You can reveal monsters in your hand with the following effects, or following attributes: Fire, Fire, and Dark. And depending on which you reveal is the effect you'll get. So if you reveal just Fire, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn. But if you reveal a Fire and a Dark, destroy all of the monsters in this card's column. So column placement does matter with this deck a little bit more so than other decks. And this is definitely your starter, so it's your searcher, and it's also a bit of a pop as well. Also run 3 copies of Mad Love. Mad Love, like Raisin, is a searcher, but instead of your monsters, it's your spells and traps. And all the Vanquish Soul have the effect to quick effect reveal certain attributes in your hand to gain certain effects. For Mad Loves, if you reveal a Dark, one face of monster opponent controls loses 500 attack and defense. If it's Dark and an Earth, you return one monster with the lowest defense on the field to the hand. Your choice to Tide. So it's a little bit of removal unless you have a monster with the lowest defense. But you mainly want it for the summon effect to be able to search for your spells and traps. I run 3 copies of Heavy Burger, or Heavy Borger, however you pronounce it. So during the main phase, quick effect, you can target one non-machine Vanquish Soul monster you control, you drew their hand, and if you do, special summon this card. And for the attributes, it's Dark and Earth and Fire. Dark, you can draw a card, and Earth and Fire, you can inflict 1500 damage to your opponent. So this deck does have a way to win in time, which is really nice. Having that is definitely going to give any competitive deck the edge. Now next is the new card, Vanquish Soul Geelong, which, considering it's not even out yet, of course I don't have the copies. I'm making this list before the support comes out because I want to make this deck profile, and support's like maybe like a couple weeks away, so I'm just going ahead and including it with the support. Now the new card Geelong is actually pretty good. If you reveal a card in your hand to activate a Vanquish Soul card or effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. And as far as for what you reveal, if you reveal one Fire, you change the battle position of one monster on the field. But if it's Fire and another Fire, you can add one Vanquish Soul card from your deck to your hand. So easily it becomes like one of the best cards in the deck because it can be both a Raisin and Mad Love. Next, I run 2 copies of Vanquish Soul Caesar. Now, Caesar during the main phase has a quick effect similar to the Heavy Burger, where you return to the hand and special this card from your hand. And as far as what you reveal, if you reveal an Earth, this face-up card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects this turn. But if you reveal an Earth, Fire, and Dark, you destroy one other card on the field. So it's kind of also removal as well. Around 1 Soul Pantera. You control all monsters in the main monster zone, you can special summon this card from your hand, so it's a free summon in a way. And if you reveal an Earth, this card cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. Earth and Fire, destroy all those spells and traps in this card's column. So it can also be like spell and trap removal, depending on obviously where you put it, which could be really useful in getting rid of certain floodgates. Like to say they got a summon limit, or there could be only one, which really does not matter in this deck. So you can also get rid of like annoying back row that, you know, like let's say you know your opponent has set a certain trap, for example, like let's say you're going second and they use the effect of Lady Labyrinth to set a trap from their deck. You can use this to essentially pop because you know what you're destroying. Also run 1 Pluton HG. This one's basically just a free summon, more or less. As far as like what you reveal, it's only to gain attack and defense, which doesn't really come with too much. I run 2 Castia Fenrir. With Fenrir being an Earth, you really want to limit the attributes to Fire, Dark, and Earth for the most consistency, because if you're running like let's say Light or Water, they're not really going to help the Vanquish Soul, so you gotta stick to monsters with an attribute of Fire, Earth, and Dark, which Fenrir is Dark, and it can summon itself as well to basically force out a negate or something like that. Also run the 1 Castia Rise Heart. I don't have a copy of that, so unfortunately. But a Rise Heart is a Fire, and it can be searched off of the Castia Fenrir. So that's definitely good. As far as hand traps, I run 3 Ash as well as 3 Ghost Spell, which are Fire and Earth. Moving on to the spells, I run 3 copies of Stake Your Soul. Stake Your Soul, you can reveal one monster in your hand. Special summon Vanquish Soul monster with the same attribute by a different name from the deck, or return it to the hand during the end phase, which doesn't really come out too much because you can just link it away. And also, if it does, it just helps you as well because you get that attribute in your hand. Also run the one Continue, which is like Monster Born for this. Also have Vanquish Soul Dust Devil. Dust Devil is this archetype's equivalent of Book of Eclipse. I run the one Rhoda since Rosin is a warrior. For consistency, I run 3 Pot Prosperity because there's not really a lot of cards in your extra deck that you really care about too much. And also small roll since everything has different attacks, levels, and attributes and types. So our traps, I run 3, there can be only 1. Since the archetype is very mixed, like you got Dragon, Zombie, Beast Warrior, Machine, Fiend, Warrior, Rock, there can be only one very unlikely to actually hurt you, but it's definitely going to be hurting your opponent a lot. Moving on to the extra deck, I play 3 Rock, Vanquish Soul. It's Link 1, so you know how broken those are. So it has a quick effect to either special summon 1 Vanquish Soul monster from your hand, or add 1 Vanquish Soul monster from your graveyard to your hand. Both could be useful. Like let's say you have both Rosin and Mad Love in your hand. This really helps so you can get both effects off, or you can get the attribute that you want in your hand. Like let's say you want to use the Geelong, but you only have 1 fire, you can use this to add another fire back to your hand, so you can use this effect. So overall, just makes it really consistent. Also run 1 Dark, 1 Earth for the Wind Charmers. The rest of it is mostly pretty generic, like Phoenix, Unicorn, Access Code, Oblosa, and Underworld Goddess. Essentially, you don't really use your extra deck too much. Outside of Rock, you don't really use it that much. Most of the rest of the cards are basically just overall just good cards, like Abyss Dweller, Maguska. You know, just really good at hurting your opponent. I run Zodiac Chokanine and Borbo. The Zodiac engine in this deck is more or less like this deck's version of the Downed Magician, where Downed Magician you can summon it on top of rank 3 XYZ or lower. Because Chokanine you can go into and then summon Borbo on top of it, then go into a Zeus. So that'd basically be a Zeus with 4 materials. Let me know what you think of Vanquish Soul. You think it's a pretty solid deck? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.